No Kings protests erupt across the United States. The No Kings protests spread across the United States yesterday as demonstrators clashed with federal authorities while protesting the administration of President Donald Trump. Thousands of people took to the streets, saying they were protesting against Trump's policies, rising living costs, and growing tensions related to the conflict involving Iran. In several cities, the situation quickly turned chaotic as confrontations broke out between protesters, counter-protesters, and law enforcement officers. Clashes spread across multiple cities. In Denver, police were forced to deploy smoke grenades after the situation moved beyond control. In Portland, some masked protesters reportedly attacked federal officers outside facilities belonging to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE). In Los Angeles, tactical alerts were issued following multiple confrontations. Around 1,000 protesters surrounded a federal building, throwing rocks, bottles, and large chunks of concrete. At least 2 officers were injured during the clashes. Police eventually used tear gas to disperse the crowd. Some footage showed protesters chanting slogans and writing extreme messages outside the building. Warnings. Authorities. The U.S. Attorney for Central California issued a strong warning. We have documented all acts of vandalism. Anyone who throws concrete or attacks law enforcement officers will be identified and arrested. This is the final warning. Actions. Several Democratic senators also spoke out amid ongoing debate over funding for the Department of Homeland Security (DHS). They stated, "We will not abandon our values. We will not accept authoritarianism. We will not accept oligarchy." Protesters were also heard chanting, "There are no kings in America." Protests expand and spark controversy. Clashes were also reported outside golf properties owned by Donald Trump in California and Florida. Some observers suggested the movement may not be entirely spontaneous, claiming it could have received financial backing from major organizations and wealthy individuals. Certain commentators argued the movement may be becoming increasingly politicized. Some symbols and slogans appear to reflect more extreme messaging. At the same time, the protests may unintentionally increase support for opposing political groups' differing perspectives. Some analysts believe that protesters expressing their views openly reflects a clearer political atmosphere compared to previous periods. However, others criticize the movement, claiming it may have connections with controversial organizations and individuals, including well-known figures such as George Soros. Conclusion. The No Kings movement is rapidly becoming a major political flashpoint in the United States, reflecting deep divisions within American society. With Independence Day on July 4th approaching, many observers believe this could become the next moment when protests may intensify again.